Common reasons for engine stalling intermittently. 1. Dirty air filter. A clogged air filter will restrict the air sucked into the engine, thus making it starve for air. This makes a high vacuum inside the manifold, further cutting fuel supply by ECM. If you find your car stalling intermittently, the first place you should go is the air filter. 2. Dirty fuel filter. Similar to air filter, if the fuel filter gets clogged, it interrupts the fuel supply, which makes the engine starve for fuel. This results in low fuel pressure in the supply system and engine stalls randomly. 3. Dirty air intake sensors. Modern vehicles are equipped with sensitive air intake sensors to monitor the precise amount of air which is being inhaled by the engine. These include MAF and MAP sensors. If they go bad or reads wrong, the air-fuel ratios get affected and cause bad combustion. If they read no air is fed to engine, the engine may stall randomly. These sensors are recommended to clean periodically to avoid these situations. 4. Malfunctioning fuel pressure sensor or regulator. If the fuel sensor reads low pressure on the system, it cut the fuel injection to the engine. This can happen when the engine becomes hot, and when cools, the engine may run normally. Similarly, if the fuel regulator is stuck open, there won't be any pressure on the fuel system. The engine may idle but can stall while accelerating. 5. Bad fuel pump. Similar to sensors, when fuel pump starts to fail, cannot maintain proper fuel pressure on the line and engine stall randomly. This happens mostly when the pump gets hot and may function normally when cold. 6. Loose or corroded wiring. As time goes, the wiring system in your car may suffer breakages and damages. In that case, your car may lose its power to fuel or ignition systems intermittently and might stall randomly. 7. A failing crankshaft sensor. This is quite common in modern cars, where crankshaft sensors are engaged for timing. When the sensor starts to fail, the car may start when cold or in the morning, and while you drive for some time, the engine stalls randomly. This is because the sensor loses its reception capacity when it gets hot. You may also see the RPM going crazy before it stalls. 8. Blocks in exhaust. Similar to dirty air filter, when the exhaust gets blocked, the engine cannot push the gas out, making the pressure on pistons high. When the pressure goes too high, the engine stalls. This can also be a dirty or clogged catalytic converter. 9. Too much vacuum leak. If there's any sort of vacuum leak in the engine, more air gets into the engine through that spot. This confuses the MAF sensor and reads no air going into the engine. This makes ECM to cut the fuel supply and the engine stalls. This can be commonly seen while accelerating from a stop. A bad Evap system can also make a huge vacuum leak in the engine. So a professional approach will be a better choice.